it just uses the built-in IAC driver of my Mac and doesn't require any Macs for Live devices, so it's just the Mac built-in MIDI driver which you need to have. Maybe you can do this also on Windows with some external MIDI drivers, but I'm not sure how stable this works, and I'm just gonna show you how to set it up for Mac. Yeah, I mapped for this template, I mapped 4 buttons, like the play, the stop, the down and the up button, and I mapped those as MIDI buttons. So you just have to go to MIDI and map those buttons to those pods like up, down, play and stop. And you have to have enabled your MIDI keyboard as a controller, otherwise it won't work, so you have to enable that. So I'm just gonna show you how it looks like running the tracks in my template. With the play button, I just can start the track from the start. So
1, 2,
and the
intro.
click and the intro will start. And if I don't do anything, it just runs through the tracks, like verse, intro, chorus, and it runs just through the tracks. Oh, I just missed this one. Yeah, now it's better. So it runs through the track, and I can stop it with the stop button. So it just will stop or continue like in the intro with the start.
Intro.
And it just will start at those parts. Now the cool thing is that you can navigate through the whole song with the up and down
Chorus.
button, and wherever the blue bracket or the blue thing is, this part will be started next when the actual part is finished. So for example, if I want to repeat the chorus 1, I just have to be with the blue bar on the chorus 1, and then it will trigger chorus 1 again after the tracks are finished. So let's wait.
Chorus.
And after that it just goes and continues like it should with the normal flow of the song. After the chorus, the verse and the chorus. So if I don't do anything, the song will just continue with the dynamic cues. And the guide cues are triggered like 1 bar before the actual tracks are starting, as you can see.
Verse.
And now the tracks are starting of the next part, and that's pretty cool. So you can be very flexible through your worship and, for example, repeat things or skip things without having thousands of button maps on every part. Like with just those 2 buttons.
Verse.
Yeah. So that's how it works, or how it looks like. And I'm just gonna show you how I set this up. I have a setup for this thing, some MIDI clips, and those MIDI clips have to have the same length as its parts of the multitrack. So if this part, like the intro, is, for example, I don't know, it's 8 bar long, so the MIDI clip, just an empty MIDI clip with 1 note, has to have the same length as the multitracks of the intro. And this clip is just triggering a MIDI note at the end, at the start of the last bar. And it's the same MIDI note, it's like a C2, it's the same MIDI note that I have mapped on the scene launch button on my MIDI keyboard. So whenever the tracks are finished or at the end of the part, this clip is gonna send a MIDI clip to the AAC driver and then back into Ableton, and Ableton is receiving that signal and starting the next part. And the only thing you have to set up is, or are these MIDI clips. And of course you have to have the song splitted in its parts in the session view. But you can do this with the loop. With this loop bar you can select the single parts with it and then copy them and paste them as scenes in the session view. And so is how I set this up. And for me, I run this like for over a year and it's pretty stable. I didn't have any issues, so it works very fine for me. And it's a very flexible way to run through the tracks without having a very fixed arrangement, so you just can go to every part you want to by just pressing those buttons. Now I'm gonna show you how the thing works with the dynamic guide cues. As you know, this clip is gonna trigger the next scene. And the thing is that the clips have the quantization on one bar, so the clips are gonna wait till the whole clip is finished, till the very end, and then they're gonna start. Because of the latency, they don't start at this point. They're gonna wait to the next straight bar, and that's at the end of the MIDI clip. But the MIDI signal is triggered at the very beginning of the last bar, and because the guides have no quantization on, so quantization is on none, they're just gonna start immediately when I trigger when the MIDI clip is gonna trigger the next scene. And those clips are just the vocals saying what's coming next with no empty space in front of it, so it's just like verse, intro, and you can copy them out of the multitracks or you can download them from, I think it's from multitracks for free, like just single things like verse, chorus, bridge, instrumental. You also can download them and just copy them at the right place. And of course you have to have the verse one at the scene of the verse and not afterwards or in front of it. So that's how it works with the dynamic cues, like with the different quantizations. With the clips set quantization on one bar and the guides have the quantization on none. So I'm just gonna show you again, like pressing, and here you can see, and at the end of the clip, just gonna skip. At the end of the clip, this is triggering the signal, and the next part, the guide is straight saying what's coming next, and the clips are waiting for the next bar and then are starting. So that's how this works with those MIDI clips, just requiring the AAC driver of my Mac. Thank you for watching, and maybe you can use those tips for your own. Thank you and goodbye.